I'm a 42-year-old man, still reeling but mostly functioning on instinct. 3 days ago, Tuesday afternoon, I was buried in work documents when my phone pinged. It was my wife, Sarah, 39. Her message was brief, devastating. Sarah, James, I'm filing for divorce. All future contact must go through my attorney, Mr. Thompson. Details to follow. 15 years of marriage ended with a text. No heads up. We'd had dinner the previous evening, discussed weekend ideas. Everything seemed fine. I stared at the message for maybe 5 minutes. Shock, pain, fury, all brewing beneath the surface. But outwardly, a strange calm. She'd set the rules. Lawyers only. Fine. I texted back, understood, then logic kicked in. If we're going legal, informal marital arrangements are off the table. Our finances were mostly separate for daily expenses, a lesson from my parents' ugly divorce. Sarah had her own account. I had mine. But there were overlaps. Credit cards. Sarah used secondary cards tied to my accounts, not as a co-owner, just an authorized user. I logged into my banking apps. Click. Cards deactivated. User status revoked. Done. Allowance. I sent her a monthly transfer for personal spending. Logged in, canceled the recurring payment, effective immediately. Shared subscriptions, streaming services, online shopping memberships, all in my name. I logged out other devices, changed passwords. If she wants access, she can pay for it. The car. She drives a vehicle leased under my name, my insurance. I didn't cancel insurance yet, too risky for others on the road, but flagged the lease for legal review. The gas card, linked to a now-canceled credit card, useless. This took about 30 minutes. Not spite, just aligning with the new reality she defined. She wanted lawyers only? I'd respect that. Lawyers deal in formal agreements, not assumptions from a marriage she just ended. An hour later, her attorney's contact details arrived via email. I forwarded them to Ms. Harper, a sharp divorce lawyer recommended by a co-worker. Emailed her. Received text from wife demanding divorce. Lawyers only communication. Need urgent advice on next steps, asset protection, retainer. Finished my work, went home. The house was empty. She'd packed and left while I was out. Slept surprisingly well. 72 hours later, Friday afternoon, my phone rang. Unknown number. I had a hunch. Hello? Is this James? Last name? A brisk, irritated voice. Speaking. This is Mr. Thompson, representing Sarah, last name. My client is facing issues. Oh? I kept my tone neutral. Her cards were declined. Funds stopped abruptly. This is highly unusual, Mr. Last Name. The financial status quo is typically preserved during separation. Mr. Thompson, I said evenly, my wife texted Tuesday demanding divorce and lawyer-only communication. I acknowledged and followed her directive. Informal financial arrangements ended. Future support requires legal agreements through you and my counsel, Ms. Harper, whom I'm retaining. A pause. Papers rustling. She needs funds now. Essentials. Housing. Housing? I was genuinely surprised. Where is she? Not relevant. You acted rashly, cutting her off without notice. Mr. Thompson, I said, voice firmer. My wife ended our marriage via text and dictated lawyer-only terms. She broke the trust-based status quo. Financial support will be settled legally, not through urgent calls about declined cards she didn't own. Please coordinate with Ms. Harper. Another pause. My client seeks emergency financial relief, he said stiffly. Her right, I replied. File through Ms. Harper. You have her contact? Yes, he said curtly. Great. Per my wife's instructions, this conversation is done. Goodbye. I hung up, heart racing, adrenaline surging, but also confirmation. She wanted a cold legal process? She's got it. Awaiting Ms. Harper's call. This is just the beginning. 1 week later. It's been a week since the text. Things escalated as predicted. Thanks for the feedback and messages. Reassuring to know I'm not losing it. Ms. Harper responded the same day Mr. Thompson called. She's solid. Said my actions made sense given Sarah's text. Advised documenting everything. Mr. Thompson's first move came Monday. A formal demand for emergency spousal support and exclusive use of the marital home, which Sarah had already vacated. The amount? Outrageous. She wanted me to bankroll her previous lifestyle, new housing, and legal fees. Audacity level. Professional. Ms. Harper countered with a modest support amount based on actual needs, not luxuries. Noted Sarah left the home I still live in and emphasized her lawyer's only demand as the trigger for my actions. Then the personal attack started. Sarah's best friend Emily called Wednesday night. I answered, hoping for insight. Bad move. James, what the hell is wrong with you? No greeting, just venom. Emily, I said, exhausted. Don't play innocent. Sarah's crashing on my sofa. You cut her off. She can't even buy food. You're making her homeless. Emily, Sarah demanded divorce via text and lawyer-only communication. I followed her rules. That's garbage. You know she barely earns anything. How's she supposed to survive? She's scared. Sarah's part-time freelance design work brings in maybe $1,000 a month. Pocket money before. She hired a lawyer before talking to me, I said. Financials go through him and my attorney per her process. You're heartless, vindictive. After 15 years. She was upset, made a mistake. Demanding lawyers only is a deliberate choice, Emily. Was hiring Mr. Thompson a mistake too? Silence. Then, she deserves support. You always provided for her. And I'd have discussed things civilly if she hadn't ended the marriage via text and lawyered up. She set the terms. We follow them. She'll take everything, Emily snapped. She can try, I said calmly. Legal filings go to Ms. Harper. I'm done here. Click. So I'm the villain for following her instructions. Sarah's painting herself as the victim. Yesterday, a bank alert. Someone tried to withdraw from an old joint savings account we'd forgotten about. It had maybe $600. Sarah apparently found the card and tried to empty it. The bank flagged the unusual activity. I went in, explained the divorce, and froze the account pending legal resolution. Not about the money, it's the principle. She's trying sneaky moves while her lawyer accuses me of bad faith. Ms. Harper says this strengthens our case, showing Sarah's not just waiting passively, but attempting to bypass her own legal process, awaiting the emergency support hearing. Sarah's still at Emily's. Mr. Thompson's probably realizing his client expected a free ride. Not how this works. Feeling less stunned, more resolute. This is going to be rough. 3 weeks later. It got messier, naturally. The emergency support hearing was last week. Sarah was there, looking drained, avoiding eye contact. Mr. Thompson claimed she was penniless, victimized by my cruel actions. Ms. Harper laid it out. The text where Sarah initiated divorce and demanded lawyers only. Bank records showing I canceled supplementary cards and transfers after her directive. Proof I'm still covering the mortgage, utilities, car lease, and insurance. Evidence of Sarah's attempt to drain the forgotten joint account. And her part-time income, showing she's not destitute, just missing her usual spending money. The judge wasn't impressed with Mr. Thompson's theatrics. Asked Sarah why she didn't discuss things first. She muttered something about feeling overwhelmed. I'm not intimidating, and the judge seemed unconvinced. Outcome: temporary support granted, much closer to our proposal. Enough for necessities, plus a small contribution to legal fees, but nothing to sustain her old lifestyle. The judge noted Sarah's text and account-draining attempt as factors in her situation. Felt like a win, but they didn't stop. Dirty tactic number 1. My HR got an anonymous complaint alleging I misused company resources for personal legal matters and acted erratically. Total nonsense. I used personal devices and email. My boss knows me. HR checked logs, found nothing. A quick talk with me, and it was dropped. Obvious attempt to jeopardize my job. Ms. Harper noted it. Hard to prove Sarah's involvement, but it fits her pattern. Dirty tactic number 2. Sarah's mom called, sobbing. How could you? She's struggling. The judge was unfair. Give her more money. Think of the years she gave you. Same response. Sarah chose this path. Financials go through lawyers. Called me cold. I hung up. They assumed I'd keep funding her indefinitely. Instead, I'm doubling down on logic. My actions. Ms. Harper sent Mr. Thompson a letter. With temporary support set, Sarah must take over the lease if eligible or return the car. I stop payments next cycle. Insurance ends then too. 30 days to sort it out, per her legal framework. Filed for exclusive use since she left, and the judge didn't award it to her. Started valuation for potential sale or buyout. Buyout's unlikely given her finances. Securing legal control. Pushing for full financial disclosure. Suspect Sarah's hiding something. Court-mandated transparency will reveal it. Documenting every call. Emily, Sarah's mom, the work complaint, with dates and summaries. Ms. Harper says this pattern of bad faith could impact fees and settlement. The job complaint was a low blow, making legal precision critical. Sarah texted me directly yesterday, breaking her own rule. James, you can't take the car. How will I get around? Please stop. Screenshotted, sent to Ms. Harper. Replied, Sarah, per your directive, date. All communication goes through lawyers. Contact Mr. Thompson. No respose. 6 months later. 7 months since the text. Divorce finalized last month. Feels like a lifetime ago. The past 6 months were a legal grind. Mr. Thompson stalled. Sarah played the victim, rejecting fair offers. The car, a major battle. Sarah couldn't take over the lease and refused to return it. Mr. Thompson argued it was essential. Ms. Harper countered. Temporary support covers basic transport. Deadline passed. I stopped payments. The leasing company repossessed the car from Emily's place. Cue angry calls from Emily and Sarah's mom. Ignored. Forwarded to Ms. Harper. Sarah was livid but trapped by her own inaction. The house. Secured exclusive use. Sold it quickly. Equities in escrow pending division. Sarah pushed for a bigger share, claiming financial hardship. Financial disclosure. The turning point. After pushing, Sarah had to reveal a separate savings account, parental contributions, and some inherited investments she'd overlooked. Not massive, but more than the $600 joint account she tried to drain. Mr. Thompson claimed it was separate property. Ms. Harper proved marital funds enabled her to keep it untouched. The anonymous work complaint. No direct proof, but the judge noted its timing in final proceedings. Didn't get damages, but it reinforced Sarah's bad faith. Final settlement. Reached just before a full trial. The judge hinted at frustration with Sarah's tactics in pre-trial discussions, signaling she'd face a worse outcome and possibly my legal fees. She settled. House equity split nearly 50-50, slightly favoring me due to her hidden accounts. Investments divided as marital property. She kept her small personal savings. Time-limited alimony for 2 years, far less than requested, tied to her efforts to become self-sufficient. Each paid their own, a victory, avoiding a fight for her to cover mine. Aftermath. Sarah's in a modest apartment, working more, complaining about funds, heard through mutual contacts. Emily backed off after Sarah became a burden. Her parents are likely helping. No apology, no remorse. She seems shocked I didn't just keep funding her lifestyle. The entitlement is unreal. Me? It was a brutal, costly 7 months. But I'm good, better even. Closing that chapter brought peace. Kept my job, my principles, and a fair share of assets. I'm hitting the gym, reconnecting with friends Sarah didn't like, enjoying my quiet space. No dramatic vengeance, just the steady legal consequences of her choices meeting my calculated response. She wanted cold and legal? She got it with all its harsh realities. Thanks for the space to process. It helped. Time to move on. Thank you for watching Story. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell for more real-life stories.